And then what was the other? Oh, spiritually. That's what our podcast is about. Sometimes I forget that we don't have an exercise podcast. Hello and welcome back to the Croak and Crow Show. I am Spencer Cartier.
And I am That's So Raven.
Oh, she's having a vision. She's having a vision. And this here is Frank, looking as good as ever. He's got some arms today.
Sorry.
That's our boy. What's up, guys? It's been a few days. It's been a week for podcasting.
All right, yes.
It is Wednesday, our first podcast of the week. Did you check out the Christian meme review? There was a Christian meme review on Sunday. I hope you guys checked it out. I hope you enjoyed it. The king was in the studio and he was reviewing. He was banishing.
So for someone who's never seen the Christian meme review, what is it? What is this thing?
So we have a connection with the Christian meme king. Comes from the Christian meme kingdom. Every Sunday he comes out to the studio and he reviews a week's worth of Christian memes that were posted on Reddit. And it's a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. Chuckle chasers is what we call ourselves in the Christian meme community.
Yeah.
We're chasing that chuckle.
So there's memes that you did not create, or we did not create.
No.
You just get the memes, you read them along with the audience.
Yes.
And then you react.
And then it's a reaction based thing. You can check it out if you want if you're a meme connoisseur and you watch the memes on your own and you're like, oh, I want to see someone else's take.
Yeah.
Or I think it's always good as a one-stop shop. You know, it's cleaned up and cut up. So when you go out looking for memes, there's going to be a lot of duds.
Yeah.
A lot of people are going to post some duds, but this is a consolidated 10 minutes and you get quality Christian memes. So check that out if you haven't already. Yeah, so the weekend just passed.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
The weekend was just fine. It was April. I feel like something happened, but now I can't remember.
Prince.
Oh, that was Easter. I guess nothing happened after Easter.
No, nothing usually does. No, it's been nice. The weather's been great, which has been welcome.
Yeah.
Spring has begun, and we are just jumping into it. We're getting 60-degree days. I don't think we've hit a 7. I think we might have just hit 70, but we're well on our way, and I'm very excited about that. Love to be outside. Love to get that vitamin D.
Yes.
Vitamin Dizzle.
Yes. Are we going to get into the word? Because you just said you love to be outside.
Not quite yet.
Okay.
I want to keep the audience waiting. So as you know, it's One Word Wednesday.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday we have one word that we discuss. We talk about it in general. We bring a little spirituality into it.
Right.
It's all good fun. It's a good way to set. It's like almost like Pee Wee Herman.
Today's secret word is here. Now, you all know what to do whenever anyone says a secret word, right, Cher?
Right.
You know, what do you have? Like the word of the day? Or he had like the
what was that?
it was like that's the word, and then they'd.
I know, and I'm mad at myself for not remembering it because that was a good show.
Yeah.
Regardless of how it ended.
How Pee Wee Herman's career took a turn. So that's what we.
It's a secret word. We knew it, but they didn't, and then they would
secret word.
They would scream.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Whatever. So today the topic is, or the one word is, nature. Nature, the great outdoors, the Wild West, Mother Nature.
Is it against God to say Mother Nature?
Is it against God to say Father Time? These are questions that we need to get to the bottom of. No, I don't think so.
No.
I think when you say Mother Nature, I think, to me, like I always say this, guy. I always say, I'm a huge advocate for all religions, all belief, if you're into crystals or whatever, because I feel like where it's all joining, like this is God, and then it sprinkles out, and then someone says Father Time, Mother Nature,
right?
Spiritual properties of this, and it's like, to me, it's all of the magic that people are seeing in the universe is coming from God. Right. So I'm fine with them saying these different things because it's actually nicer. It'd be different if we lived in this computer world and then there was no there was no even mention of something like
Right.
something out there that's like magical and brings everything together.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's sort of nice. It's like, yeah, Mother Nature. You say that, I'm saying God's creation. We're just saying two different words for the same thing.
Yeah. I wonder when that started. I have no papers today. No research.
Paperless. We're saving trees today.
We've gone paperless. I'm just thinking that it would be because you consider a female to be, to create,
Yeah,
to have children and to produce new birth.
Yeah.
And that's just what they associated with. But I guess if you went all the way back to like the gods of nature, which I don't know about those things.
Like the Greek gods and stuff.
Yeah, but I guess they were men mostly.
They were both.
They were?
Like Athena and Venus. Isn't all the planets like from
Yeah, I don't know.
Mercury?
I don't know what happened, but I didn't those gods that people talk about, thunder and all this, I didn't know.
Yeah, Greek and Roman mythology, or mostly Greek. It's very interesting, actually. Yeah.
There is a religion, I think, called like naturism, which...
Well, technically, if we want to get into it, Satanism.
Oh.
Yeah. So you guys know, as Christians, I feel like every Christian has heard about Satanism. And if you look at true Satanism, like I'm saying, obviously there's, just like any religion, there's different branches. But when you talk about like the Satanism that they have temples to and stuff, it's actually they don't believe in Satan because they're atheists.
Okay.
And so it's sort of a counter protest of the idea of when they have these statues and stuff. It's sort of against religion, where they are strictly earthly based. Like they believe in nature.
Okay.
And even if they do get spiritual, it's like what's on earth stays on earth.
Okay.
And they believe in only nature. So they disconnect from higher or lower powers, but they use Satan as a overarching.
Okay.
We are anti-Christianity, which in a way would be anti-spirituality.
Right.
So if a Satanist is watching this, I might have just butchered that, but from my little research, that's what I've come to the terms with.
Right. But we believe that there is power in nature.
There's power in nature.
And is that because God empowered it or what?
Well, yeah, I mean, nature is a beautiful thing, and what it is not that God empowered nature. Like God gave us this, and he also gave us nature. The world is nature. Like God created nature. We created artificial things. We create buildings and duplexes and cars and stuff, but the Garden of Eden didn't have any duplexes in it. So what is so beautiful about nature is it is the raw creation of God, if you choose to believe that.
Right.
And so it's like, that's why I think it's so important to get out into nature. I go on a walk every single day. I don't miss a day. Okay,
so you've said that a lot of times.
I'm a big walker. And I'm the fastest walker. Did we talk about this on podcast before?
I don't know.
I am a certified, bona fide, indubitably qualified speed walker. I'm not the fastest runner. You can probably beat me in a sprint, depending on your size and model.
Make and model.
Your make and model. You can maybe jump higher than me. You cannot outspeed walk me.
Have you been challenged, or you just know that your time?
No. I challenge
okay.
And it's a bet. I'll challenge athletes who they think like, I run this much in a 40-yard dash. You can't outspeed walk me.
Okay.
And they always get upset.
Right.
These competitive types. And so they'll start even like running and saying, look, and it always ends with, well, speed walking's stupid. If it's so stupid, why can't you outspeed walk me? Yeah, I'm really fast. I'm like Malcolm in the Middle when the dad started speed walking.
Yeah. Well, would you... So I think all the times that you said you take a walk, people thought it was an exercise thing. So are you now telling me that, like, what is the percentage that you would lose if you walked on a treadmill instead? Like, what percentage of overall what you're looking for would you lose from that?
75%, maybe 80.
Oh, so it really is about. So if I put you like in a wagon and pulled you, would you be happy to be out there? Or do you have to be walking?
Yes, and well, no. Realistically, it's the 25% of exercise that gets me out there.
Okay.
It's the 75% that keeps me going every day.
Oh.
You know, it's like, you know, eating healthy, and it's like you start by wanting to lose weight, and you stay because your body starts running phenomenally.
Right.
Yeah. If I started and I was on a treadmill, I'd be there. Okay, let me just burn some calories. After a week, I'd be like, I'm skipping a day. But
okay.
Yeah, no, it's multifaceted. So I go on a walk in a local park. It's through a what would you call that?
Township?
No, I'm saying like the trail itself. Like I don't want, like, I'm not walking through the woods, but
right.
I kind of am. Like,
well, I've never been on that trail, so I don't even know. I thought it was paved.
Well, it's gravel. No, it's dirt.
I thought it was paved because I knew that strollers went there and bikes went there, and so in my mind,
you thought like
I thought it was like the driveway.
Oh, that's what. What's the word for that? Not tar. What happens when you put
asphalt?
tar? Asphalt.
Yeah, or even if it was just the gray stuff. I don't know.
No, you get puddles and mud sometimes.
I didn't know that. How are people not busting their tires?
Because it's like hard. Like it's like, imagine a dirt road, but even more.
So like they bulldozed it.
Then bulldozed
through
it
the woods.
And even like I can't imagine the dirt I'm walking on is like true earth dirt. Like,
okay.
I think maybe initially they like threw rocks down or something, and then after a while the rocks mixed with the dirt. But I'll take a pic. You know what? Before I upload this is a picture of what it looks like.
Okay.
Yeah. So. Going to walk every day. I do 1.5 miles up and 1.5 miles back. It's really scenic. It's nice because although we're right next to hustle and bustle, it's tucked away. And then so once you're in it, you might not see people like in front of you or behind you. And you have a creek to the left of you. All trees, is completely silent. And so it's, you know, it's a full immersion into nature while not having to go to, you know, the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, it's always a question of wanting to be like that, where, you know, you don't see people and you're alone with nature. But then also, like, you get not you probably, but some people get afraid of being robbed or.
That's a nice part. It's like the perfect medium. Now I know everyone doesn't have such a I'm quite lucky to have a trail like that so close, but yeah, it's actually perfect in the regards of in between the being alone, but like you'll get moments of alone, but otherwise constant bikers, families with strollers.
Right. It's not that isolated.
Yeah.
And it's rejuvenating because
it's rejuvenating. So every morning I go on this trail and it's for multiple reasons. I obviously like to get exercise. I'm big into exercise. And so I like to start my day off of getting my heart pumping and stuff. It wakes me up. And then what was the other? Oh, spiritually. That's what our podcast is about. Sometimes I forget that we don't have an exercise podcast. Yeah. And so what I said from the beginning of God created nature. And obviously when I'm saying all this stuff, it sounds very thought out. Like, I go there for an escape from the capitalist world. No, this is all subconscious, and afterwards you can think of what you were enjoying and what you're getting from it. But when you're walking on that trail, you start to lose all the worry that you get even when you're in a house. Like, you're thinking about you look around, it's like, I need to fix that door. You know, you're looking at your phone. I have to make appointments. I have to do all this stuff. But there's something about getting into nature and just being a part of nature in a way. And you have the sunlight, you hear the birds chirping, and it's because it's, you know, it's meditative.
Yeah.
And I can't really do meditation because I have a racing mind.
Okay.
And so it's so hard for me to like, oh, clear your mind. I'm like, clear my mind? What do I look like? But with walking, it's doing a action of like repetitive, like walking.
Right.
While being surrounded by nature and just this calmness.
Right.
You end up getting a clear head or working through problems in a more casual way without feeling all that
Right.
anxiety in your shoulders or stress. So it's a nice break, and I think it's important. I think everyone should get out into nature more. You don't have to walk. Just sit down in nature, and there's sort of a peace, a remembering what's really important to it.
Right.
Because, like I said, we can surround ourselves with, marble countertops and fancy houses, but in the end, we're just a part of nature.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing. But
it is.
It's easy to get wrapped up in a hectic, man-made world and forget it.
Yes. Do you go in all elements?
Yeah. I do. Not many other people do, but I like it. I would go in the snow. They don't maintain, because it's not like a pavement trail.
Right.
They don't. It says big signs like no winter maintenance. But yeah, just throw some boots on. But it's nice because I'm the only one out there, and that's when it's really So I'll wear my headphones in the summertime and stuff. But when I'm going in the winter, it's just nice to sort of trek through.
Right.
I saw a guy on a. Oh, you know what people do? They do the cross country skiing.
Oh, in the winter?
Yeah, because nobody uses the trail.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do that, but I never knew of a long enough, flat enough place.
Yeah.
But that's
I only see a few people do it, but yeah, no, it's nice.
Yeah. You said to get away from the hustle and bustle. So we live on the outer edge of Philadelphia, and Philadelphia, which I put on my Instagram 2 days ago. Philadelphia traffic congestion is the worst in the world.
The worst in the world. So all the times I said this is the worst traffic in the world,
Yeah.
I was kind of right.
Yeah. Worst in the world. Okay. Obviously, it's not the worst.
Yeah, but what
Top
beats
5.
it?
Top
Beijing?
5. I forget.
LA.
I think Moscow. No, I think it was New York and Philadelphia.
But LA traffic is the worst.
Yeah, I know.
Route.
I don't know. But all I know is worst in the world. And you don't have to tell me that. But just an hour away from Philadelphia is Lancaster County.
Where you were just at.
We're at, again, on my Instagram. You'll see horse and carriage that I posted. The story is gone, but the post is still there.
Yeah.
And yeah, again, I am lucky that I said that when I was driving there, and I was enjoying the nature so much, and it was so fulfilling and recharging to me. But I did say an acknowledgement prayer, and not a formal prayer. I didn't stop the car and get on my knees, but just acknowledging it is a prayer.
Yeah.
And I acknowledged that I have a car and that I have money for gas, and I actually had a reason to be out there, but still I was able to take the time to be out there. So it was very blessing that I was able to be there. But if you go just an hour away, it is farmlands. It's kind of back in time because it's the Amish people. So you do see horses and carriages. That's how they live. No electricity. That's the strictest ones.
Yeah.
Mennonites aren't so strict. But farms, farm animals, crops. I love Lancaster. Like you said, any time of year.
Any time of year.
Because
it's pretty. Well, we're in Pennsylvania where we get the true 4 seasons.
Right.
And so
every time, whether the rolling hills are snow covered, bright green, or even in the fall when everything starts turning brown.
Yeah.
It really is so grounding.
Yeah, that's a good word for it.
That's what I was thinking of yesterday, because I am very up in the clouds. Maybe because
I think today might be the start of Aries.
Oh, really?
I think so.
I'm very up in the clouds. I am a Pisces, but besides that, whether it's my zodiac sign or my personality or what, but I am constantly needing to be pulled back to earth. Yeah. It's hard for me. You're pretty.
I'm a Taurus.
You're a Taurus.
I stay down here.
You stay down there.
I'm at home when I'm in there.
And you might think that it's, if you are a flighty person or like a fantasy person, that it could be even more scary because you don't have footing, you don't have stability. And when I was there looking at the farms and everything and just seeing like we said the seasons, right? But the cycles, the planting cycles and the baby animals being born and just the stability of the earth, the deepness of the roots, there was something very supportive about it.
Yeah. Yeah, because and I'm happy you said that thing about it can be scary, because you hear a lot of people, like when they go to Utah and stuff from a city, and Utah is beautiful, but it's just like you can see in Pennsylvania it's so hilly. Yeah. I can only see 50 feet around me every direction. But when you just see so much, it's like it's daunting in the fact that it makes you feel so small. Right. But in a way, that can also be reversed, and it's like, but you can feel purpose at the same time. Right. Like, I'm so small, but
no, that is exact. So there's a famous this man narrated. He's famous, and it was like the little blue dot or something.
Yeah,
he talks about pulling out of the earth, and the earth becomes. I don't like that.
No, I don't like it either.
That does not make me feel good. It makes me feel uneasy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't like being a speck of dust. It doesn't make me comfortable.
But when I'm in the park, in the woods, now it's weird because I didn't used to like the where we live, we can equally time go to the beach or to the mountains. Yeah. Mountains,
Pocohontas.
Yeah, the woods. I never really liked the woods. I wanted to go to the beach. Yeah. I like the openness of the beach and the vastness of the ocean. And
I love the beach.
Expanse of sand. But now I do like the woods, and it is for that. So what I just said, the contrast of feeling like an astronaut floating in space. Mm-hmm. The woods, the canopy of trees, and just, I don't know, the animals, rocks.
Yeah.
It is, so I don't know, it's somehow comforting because you are one of these things. And like the little squirrel's not afraid, and the rabbit's not afraid, and the deer's not afraid.
No. Yeah, because we always talk about like, don't be earthly. But realistically, we're never talking about the actual earth. Right. Because like I just said, that is what God created. And so when a lot of things you love the beach for, if it might not actually be the sand and the water, it might be the atmosphere and so much going on. Right. And it's comfortable to be in an earthly environment because we're on earth to be earthly. Right. But there's something about nature that is more inherently spiritual when you're looking around, and it's like, all this beauty was created not by us. When you go to the beach, when I'm at Wildwood, I'm like, yeah, we created this mess. But when I'm, in the woods by myself, I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. Right. And this was intelligent design, if you believe that. And the ecosystem and the perfectness of it. Right. Like, in a way, nature is more perfect than anything we've created. Right. Just the balance. Balance, word of the day. Well, not the word of the day, but what's the word of every day?
Word of the podcast.
Word of the podcast. Yeah, and there's this serenity in being a part of that ecosystem rather than feeling like you're just on this hamster wheel. Right. It's I'm running through all this fabricated chaos that we make for ourselves. Right. There's something that's being at home with just becoming one with your environment again. Right. And,
the ocean still is good. I mean, that is nature.
Ocean good.
Yeah. Ocean good. Woods good. Prairie,
city bad.
Prairie, mountain, valley. Because there's a reliability to it. Mm-hmm. There's, with the quarantine and the lockdown, I think a lot of people discovered nature. Yeah. And all of our franticness and our fears and our worry and, our confusion, the actual Earth planet, it just kept
on turning,
doing what it's doing. And the plants grew at the right time, and the tide just went in and out all the time. I saw in one of it's one of the more famous, not Hilton Head, but one of those coastal towns there on the East Coast, more south, that they actually had like all of these shells because no one was around.
Oh, wow.
And they were like valuable shells because I guess you could sell them for whatever. But normally it's slim pickings because so many people are there. So many people are picking shells. And there was this abundance of shells because no one had gone out there. But there's a reliability on nature no matter what. I remember when my sister died very young, and the day of her funeral, I probably told this story before, but it was beautiful. She died in August, so it was beautiful, sunny, bright blue skies, soft breeze. Yeah. And at the time I was both like mad because I thought this needs to be like a Hollywood funeral with like,
when it pouring,
gray and raining. But on the other hand, I was like happy because when something like that happens, your whole world seems unsteady and unstable. Yeah. And this was like, nope, it's a beautiful summer day. Yeah. And it will continue to be.
Definitely. Yeah. I think like that's once again, why I go on a walk every morning is no matter what is going on in my head, where my world that I've created for myself could be thunder and lightning. And it's like, everything sucks. We're all going to die.
Yeah.
Like normal people think.
That's fine.
And then you go out and you force yourself because like, all right, well, if I'm going to die, I want to die at least fitting in my size 0 American Eagle pants. And then when you're out there, it's like, it's almost hard to stay gloomy and moody and just like still like you're tired because everything is so alive.
Right.
It's beautiful and alive. And it's nice. It's cool. I really recommend everyone fit into your schedule some time for nature, whether it just be sitting on the porch and feeling the sun on your face. We're getting to April. It's time to get outside and get some sun.
Yeah. To
go on a little walk if you have a little trail around your house.
Yeah, if you could find that. Yes, easier than for some people than other people, but people do make they take energy and time and money to find like a concert they want to see, or to just make a trek somewhere, because trekking is easier now in 2021 than it was in 1821.
Yeah.
It's worth it to find your closest trail.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm big into hiking. I've gone to many hikes in Pennsylvania, and it's one of my favorite things to do. And I know to a lot of people, you're like, that sounds terrible, walking 4 miles up a cliff. And it's, let me tell you, because I can push exercise I can try to push exercise, and I know a lot of people are just like, I don't want to, and I get that, and I can be like, oh, but you get a runner's high. I always try to tell people that, and they're like, that's not what I'm interested in. And I'm okay, but like being on a hike, you don't really think about it. And go to a hike with a view. Stop it at the top. You've worked. It's like a metaphor for life, and we always talk about life being this mountain. And there's something really, what's the word when something gratifying?
Yeah, I think
there's something really gratifying about exerting yourself for a little bit, just a nice little walk with people you like. Get to the top of the mountain, sit down, and just enjoy the beauty of nature.
Yeah.
And after that, you feel amazing.
Right.
You during the trail, you might have been like, okay. When you get to the bottom, it's like, wait, I just walked 4 miles. I was in nature, and then go and eat a cheesesteak. Like, yeah. It doesn't need to be so much like, oh.
Yeah, it's not a full
hike equals change my lifestyle.
Right,
it's like,
exactly.
Just if you treat it like a treat, it'll feel like a treat, and it is a treat.
No, it is. When I go to Lancaster, because, like I said, even though I have a car and gas, it's like, should I really be going all the way out there?
Yeah.
When I go out there, it definitely feels like a treat, and I am driving, and when I'm driving, even though you're out there, you still have people who are right on your bumper.
Yeah.
Because they want to go somewhere. I guess they live there, and I'm there anyway, looking at
cows.
Yeah, I'm looking at cows and sheep. So I often think I would just like to pull over and walk because.
Yeah. Anytime I drive far by myself, I always stop at those, like, they say, like, scenic looks.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't used to. I used to drive by and, like, regret not. And now I do. And I'm just like, who cares? Scenic look. I did it when I was a courier, which probably wasn't good because I was supposed to be delivering organs and stuff. But
oh, my God. Yeah. So, and if again, I don't do it, but I hear so much spiritual talk and gratification, like you said, about gardening.
Yeah. Wait, I think today's National Gardening Day.
Really? People really talk about something special and spiritual, connecting and blessing.
It's National Gardening Day.
No.
Mm-hmm.
With gardening. Gardeners, your brother's a gardener, and I have family members who are gardeners. But something about putting your hands in the earth.
And once again, like I compared mountains to life, what's more metaphorical to life than the creation of life that you can watch and create? And definitely. I haven't ever gotten into gardening, but maybe I will one day.
Right. And if you can't get to the trail and you can't get to the whatever, if you can get to the grocery store and you have access to the internet, so many things you buy at the grocery store, you can actually grow in your window.
Mm-hmm.
If you take a seed of a, I don't know, butternut squash or something, and you can just watch a little green sprout, and that's nature.
That's nature.
Smaller scale. Nature
is everywhere. Even if you live in the city, you might have a little tree that's out. There's a little tree by tree. And it's, once again, I think COVID was good for this, but the more you open your eyes to nature around you, the more you'll see. No matter where, this goes from no matter where you live. It might be a little patch of grass just in a parking lot.
Yeah.
But look out for nature, because it's what it's all about.
And when you look at everything in Earth, it's like there's a car, I don't own that. Mm-hmm. And there's clothes and I can't afford that. And there's a family and I'm not a part of that.
Yeah.
But nature, we are nature. We were born and it's ours.
Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon?
This whole podcast reminds me of Pocohontas teaching John Smith about life. If you own all the earth, and still all you own is earth until you... Okay.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's a really good message in Pocahontas, and she's kind of downplayed these days, but...
Yeah, check out Pocahontas. It's on Disney Plus. Little plug.
Yeah.
I want...
What?
No, another podcast.
What?
I want to talk about the idea of Pocahontas, like the movie being canceled for the inaccurate history. Okay. But we can't do that today, so look out for that later.
I would love that. I would love that podcast.
Yeah. All right, guys. Check out. Go outside. Go somewhere. Enjoy some nature. Just look out for it.
Yeah.
Look out for nature, and garden. Do whatever. Nature. We're surrounded by the beauty of God's creation. Go check it out. Till tomorrow. It's been real and it's been fun. Peace.